All righty. All right. Let's go ahead and do part 2, getting into this. Mission's channel, man humiliates feminist in viral video. Over 565,000 views. Published March 6th. Not what today's what, 7th? Today's 7th? So yesterday. Let's continue.
You have a right to your opinion.
Obviously, I don't have a right to anything.
Well, no, you have a right to believe what you want, but the thing is, you're not allowed to the outcome. You're allowed to have an opinion, just like men are allowed to have an opinion. And you don't have to compete or deal in a situation that you deem is unfair, but you can't complain about the rules that are already set. You like the rules that benefit you, getting into the club for free, but you don't like the rules that benefit men. High value men have the leverage.
Back to you, because I'm 31 years old and I'm getting a little fed up of these men kind of attacking me. I do not go to clubs anymore.
God damn it. See what I mean? I don't go to clubs anymore. Bitch, she's not talking. Oh my God. She really is retarded. I hate people who act intelligent, but they're not. I'm 31 fucking years old. What the fuck does that got to do with anything? So what?
So please stop with your double standard bullshit. I work in a man's world, and if anything, I've had to work 5 times as hard in this world as a man to get where I am.
You know why? For one, I don't know what she does. I have no idea what she does for a living. But you know why you got to work hard in a man's world? Because if it is a man's dominated profession that you happen to be in, you have to prove yourself. Just the same way as, like, say, if I'm being a bouncer at a nightclub and some 100-pound skinny ass, nerdy Sheldon looking, comes, 5 foot nothing, comes up and says they want to work security. I'm either going to outright say no, or I'm going to say, well, you need to prove yourself because you don't look like you could handle anything. Same with roofing. Same with being a mechanic. If a woman shows up, especially looking like them, they're beautiful women. They show up looking like that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to believe what you're saying. I want to see it. So yeah, you got to work harder. But so does the weak 100-pound wet boy. He also has to work hard. They keep making it seem like men just get an unfair advantage. No, men get tested too. Period. So stupid.
Well, look at, hold on now. So you want to tell me you're 31 years old and have to work in a man's world. That's a privilege. You don't. Here's the thing, man. You say the problems with men. The only one that's complaining about the double standard harshly is you.
Yep. Again, women got what they wanted. They said they wanted that they don't need men. Fuck you, men. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. We give you what you wanted, and you're still bitching. How is that even As a matter of fact, that video about from the lawyer about the women, it gets into that. It gets very much into that. Of these of these women saying when the deal came out, what was it, 2 years ago, for the women's U.S. Soccer whatever association, whatever, the USL, whatever, U.S. Soccer League or whatever, for the women, they were offered the same deal that the men got. They said no. They said they didn't want the deal the men got. They wanted a different deal. And then once they got that deal, 2 years later, filed a lawsuit. So now they didn't want now they wanted all three. They didn't want, when they were offered what the men got, they said, no, we don't want that. We want this. And then 2 years later, they're suing saying, well, we don't just want this. We want what the men have too. So now you want all three. That will be an interesting video too.
Yes,
It
because
benefits you too.
all the benefits.
Okay, well, here's the thing, ma'am. If you don't like, okay, ma'am, you're a competent woman, correct?
Okay, so I should quit my job and
No,
never.
you should build Amazonia. And make it the female utopia that benefits women.
I probably should after
So
listening.
then go ahead.
Agree with you.
Why hasn't Oprah done it? Oprah's one of the richest women in the world. Why hasn't she created this feminazi utopia? Why hasn't she done it? It's just, y'all want what you want, everything you want, and then you want everything the men have too. But you don't want to work for it, you just want it for free. Fucking just.
You have to actually build something. You
Apparently
have to put your mouth where you have to put your brain where your mouth is.
I don't understand what you're saying again.
I'm saying that you came at me with the same line. I've had to put up at 31 years old and deal with men's bullshit. You're living in a first world country. You're in Miami, one of the most posh places on the planet, complaining about double standards that you participate in.
What we're talking about is the perpetual oppression mindset that we're seeing in all these Western societies. And the interesting theory that I'm going to provide here is that women are biologically programmed to look at top tier guys, athletes, CEOs, billionaires, actors, and things like that, while at best ignoring the rest of guys, and at worst actively degrading and hating them. So this means that because they're only looking at the top tier guys, they're going to feel perpetually oppressed and completely ignore and not appreciate at all the bulk of guys that are providing the societies that they're operating within, giving them running water, electricity, houses to live in, roads to drive on. They're doing all this stuff that is maintaining civilization while completely ignoring the plights of these guys because of the natural way they view the world. They view these guys as either invisible or worthless. So that's a problem.
Corrected you that I don't go to clubs, so you're just.
Hey, man, I just gave an example. You've been to clubs. I didn't say you continue to go. That's not the point. Now, is it? But see, that's another way of you trying to get me online and then correcting me because I'm a dumb man. I get the point.
No, you're very rude and very aggressive.
No, I'm very direct. And when you were doing this to the men, you had no problem showing your dick. I'm just acknowledging your balls.
Why?
You're a tough woman.
Why? Why should I?
Because I'm just giving what you give. I'm respecting back what you give to people. But see, the thing is, you're okay giving this to people.
Okay.
I'm just challenging what you think.
These were my opinions when I came in here. I'm the one that presented these opinions.
I just listened to you for 2 nights say these things, and I'm just talking to you one-on-one. And you're not backing down. I'm just challenging what you say, man.
To a bunch of weak ass men tell me that I'm not attractive and I'm not this and I'm not that because I am not going to back down and listen to somebody.
Okay, are you saying the men in the room with you are a bunch of weak ass men?
If you think that I should have to accept less than
you.
So this is a really good example of how women use negative and positive social sexual reward in order to control.
Yep. Did I not say that? That's exactly what I said. You attacked men and said, we don't need you. Fuck y'all. We don't need men. Fuck you. Men literally gave you what, I use that word a lot. They gave you what you wanted and you doubled down on the attacks. Attacks on masculinity and sexuality. You weak ass fucking men. We gave you what you wanted, what you demanded. We gave you that. And you're complaining about what we gave you. Instead of saying you're sorry because you were wrong, we're sorry, we didn't really expect y'all to fucking walk off and shit. No, instead of saying that, you're like, oh, you fuckers are walking off. You're a bunch of pussies. You're a bunch of cowards. Look at you weak ass men. It is a female tactic to do that shit. It is a female. They will attack men. And when men either walk away or attack back, all of a sudden now you want to complain about that too.
Guys around them. So the very obvious evolutionary explanation for this is that guys, throughout our history as a species, every interaction a guy has with a woman or another man, there's always an underlying threat of physical violence. And if you remove that, then a man is weak and nobody respects him and everybody walks all over him. In contrast with women who had to evolve over hundreds of thousands of years because they didn't have.
And I have said that. These women say they want a sensitive man, but then don't want a sensitive man. The shit you're bitching about says you want a simp. You want a guy that's just going to be a fucking simp to you. But then when we ask you that question, no, that's what I don't want a simp. Again, we give you what you want and you still bitch.
Have the threat of physical aggression, other ways to influence the people around them to behave the way they wanted them to. So when women are interacting with other women or men, there's always an underlying threat of social aggression. So she does that here when she says very clearly, well, if you don't agree with me, then you're weak ass men. So whenever women attack guys, it's always attacking their masculinity and their sexuality, because men have evolved to be very reactive to this type of slander because it would have affected their ability to reproduce. So that is an interesting point. And the more
I like what he said. It would have affected their ability to reproduce. Here's the thing. That was when we lived shorter lives back then. We lived maybe late 20s, mid 30s at the most back then. So yeah, it was about spreading our seed, our legacy, and all that. We're living much longer now. So men do not care about any of this shit. As I said, one of my own friends used that as an argument of the benefits of marriage, because it was like, no, a lot of videos are coming up of men do not find benefit to being married anymore. We don't. Most men don't want kids. And she took it personal. She actually got mad. Because my friends were like, why is she mad about it? Why is she like taking it personally and shit? She got all defensive and everything, you know. Well, the friends I know, they wanted to be married. They wanted to have kids. How many of them? How many? Because most men are not nurturing. We don't mind raising, but we are not nurturing. That we know this for a fact. Women are the nurturers. So again, men, this goes back to back in the day. Men were trying to pass on their seed. They were trying to pass on their legacy. So, you know, that was one thing. But now men don't care. It's become an epidemic in the Asian countries. It's working its way westward of men not wanting to be in relationships, men not wanting to get married, men not getting married, and men not having kids. Chinese government's freaking out. Then a friend pointed out that Japan is too. They're all freaking out. Like, shit, we're not, after like a generation or so, we ain't gonna have no fucking kids. Or not as many kids. Well, Denmark even joined in that, trying to make it a fucking, they're trying to pass legislation to force people to be in a relationship and have kids. I don't even know how the hell you would be able to do that, but it's true. I looked it up. I was like, this ain't real. It is real. It's like, what the fuck? And now it's here. It's here. I even said it. Women that are complaining about men not wanting to be in relationships. And it's like, but you demanded. You demanded this world. You demanded the world that you don't need men. You wanted it. You demanded it. And now you're pissed that we gave you what you wanted and you're mad at it. And instead of, the one video where the woman is literally blaming the government. Where is it? Oh my God. Even every time I see it, I'm like, there's no way this can be real. It can't. It was like, are you serious? You are blaming the government. She blames the government. She blames government policies for less men getting married. We gave you, feminazis, exactly what you asked for, and you're not happy. Oh my God. Let's keep going.
as it can understand this, the better.
I don't think you should have to know anything you don't want to.
Obviously.
You're a free person. But I'm trying to understand, who are the weak ass men you're referring to?
Amazonia, because
Who are the weak ass men you're referring to? Who are the weak ass men you're referring to?
what did I just say? Do I
I
need
didn't
to?
hear you because you start talking over me. So could you repeat it? A bunch of weak ass men doing what?
Yes. When somebody sits here and tells me I need to accept an unfair situation, that if we applied it
But
to
you literally yourself just said a minute ago, a couple of minutes ago, life is not fair. You just said it. Life is not fair. But if I have to accept a world that isn't fair, what? You just said life isn't fair. But no, what you mean is, oh, it's not fair if I'm getting the advantage. It's not fair if I'm not getting anything out of it. Oh my God. Oh, so is the Scandinavian countries. Yeah, I know. I said this years ago. I posted a video about it. It was a documentary that came out of Japan, Japan and China. There were two different documentaries. I said this is going to work its way westward. Holy fuck. I was right. I love being right. I love being right. I do. I love being right. The suffering countries. Yeah, countries without social justice and feminism. Yep, I know. Second world and third world. I know. They are nuts. I mean, yeah, they still got warlords. Africa, Middle East has still got wars going on and shit like that and whatever. But yeah. Yeah, try that feminism bullshit and that woke bullshit in third world countries. Like, well, Mexico's not poor. Mexico is not a poor country. Mexico's actually pretty damn rich. Oil, diamonds, gold. Mexico is not poor. They're actually pretty damn rich. But people who have tried that woke bullshit, as a matter of fact, just last year, 2 transgender activists were gunned down in broad daylight. Broad daylight. Like, the cartels were like, boom, we don't fucking care. Like, blah, 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 blah. Not one person filed shit. Ain't no witnesses coming forward. People on this side of the border, oh my God, we demand justice. You know, Juarez, Mexico has been violent, and Chihuahua, Mexico in general has been violent for a very long fucking time. It's not brand new. You everybody has known this. Why are y'all acting surprised? It is a third world country in the way that they treat women. They're, record female bodies, graves of kidnapped women, mass graves have been found over there. I thought y'all wanted us to leave Mexico alone. Isn't that what everybody said? Leave Mexico alone. They're such a great country. All of a sudden, all these mass graves and the transgender people getting just gunned down and shit. Oh my God, we need to go over there. You told us not to interfere. I swear, these fucking feminazis, these transgender, these liberals, they are broken. They are absolutely broken. They want one thing. I swear to God, they have the attention span of a goldfish. They want this thing, and then all of a sudden now they want this thing. And when we go, hey, what about this thing that you demanded over here? Oh, I don't even remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. Like the kids in cages. Biden's now president, and somehow or another, the story of kids in cages has disappeared. Except the fact that Ted Cruz and a whole bunch of other people are trying to, no, we're going to keep that shit in the light. Y'all were talking about kids in cages when Trump was president. So now let's bring that shit back into light. Where are the kids in cages? We should just leave these people alone and let them have their privacy and their dignity. And oh my God, you fucking people are just, you're too broken and too stupid to run a laundromat, a washing machine, yet alone a goddamn country. Oh, I know. They're just all broken, woke little fucking snowflakes, and it's gonna hit them. It's gonna hit them worse. They're going to end up, I mean, they're already attacking China now. China, who doesn't give a shit. They're attacking Japan now. Japan, who doesn't give a shit. It's like, man, y'all leave these other countries alone.
Anything else in life other than men and women wouldn't be expected by everybody in this room. But you're going to tell me that, I'm going to tell you that's bullshit. And that's not fair.
Okay, can I give a response?
There's a million issues in our culture and society today that people are fighting for fairness, but yet I'm sitting here saying, hey, I'm allowed to expect it too, and I'm going to be attacked and told.
Okay, can I respond now?
Different.
Okay, no, let me tell you something. First of all, men don't worry about fair. The sexual marketplace is not fair. All is fair in love and war. It's not fair. There are guys that out there that you wouldn't give the time of day who could have a heart of gold because they don't get your marker. Oh no, ma'am, I'll let you speak.
You don't know that.
No, I know that you don't
God.
give every man a chance is what I do know.
You don't. Well, actually, you don't know that at all.
Okay, are you saying that you are the one female on the planet that will give every man who wanted you a shot?
No, I'm not.
Okay, then I can assume that that was correct. Let's move on. Let's not get lost in okay, that's a deflection. Let's not get lost in that. And you're talking about unfairness. Where in the world is it fair like you need it to be?
Is it fair?
That is, I love that question. Because that has been asked of these fucking libertards this whole time. Socialism, socialism, socialism. Where in the world has socialism worked that y'all keep demanding socialism? Where in the world has socialism been successful? I've asked that of my friends who want socialism. You tell them, well, at first, I mean, it's like literally like pulling teeth trying to get them to answer the damn question. Finally, when they do answer, okay, well, it hasn't worked, but we got plans. What plans? I mean, I love when Bernie Sanders was fucking talking about socialism, and when people asked him, well, if you elect me and let me get into the office and everything, then I can actually work on these policies, and I could show you how socialism. Dude, if you actually had a real plan, why are you not letting that real plan come out?
Fair for you here in America?
No, ma'am. I asked you where in the world.
Oh, you hear that?
How did
And you're
that?
talking about.
She asked basically a black man. That question actually pissed me off. About has it been fair to you? I don't care about fairness. I didn't care. I have complained about fairness. How I got passed over for pitching, all because of some pretty white boy. We pitched equally, but somehow or another, he got the pitching position. Let me see. For a solo, when I was in show choir at Old Dominion University, I got passed over even though we all had tryouts. We had tryouts to sing the song. I was the best for that solo. Got passed over, and it was because the director said, well, he, a white boy, he fit the basically, because it was George Michael's oh my god, I can't even think of the damn song right now. Oh my god, I can't think of the name of the song, but it was one of his ballads, George Michael. And yeah, even though I gave the best audition, he gave it to him because he was white and he would fit the dynamic better. I was told that because I asked Chip, the director, asked him alone, why did I get passed over? Because I was like, and there's no way you could say he had a better audition. There ain't no fucking way you could say that. So why did I get passed over? Oh, well, it's because, it's, a white song and he, fits the part. So, yeah, see, way more racist in my time. Way more racist than my mother's time, my grandparents' time. There hasn't been any real open racism since like 96, 98. As a matter of fact, I think I said originally like 93. But let's keep that going. Let's at least go to like at least 96, 98. There has not been the kind of racism that I lived with, that I dealt with since that time. But hey, you motherfuckers want to complain and complain and complain like the shit still exists.
Unfairness. Where in the world is it fair like you need it to be?
Is it fair for you here in America?
No.
You hear that? Is it fair for you here in America? The man is a millionaire. So I would say life has actually been pretty damn fair to him. You know why? Because it's hard work and not letting somebody stand in your fucking way.
And I ask you, where in the world is it fair? Like, I'm not complaining about it. I deal with it. I deal with the unfairness and overcome it.
Yep.
Because I'm a man and I can deal with it. And I'm asking you, where is this place? Where is this ideal place? Where's the ideal model?
It exists.
Exactly.
3 women here sitting like you're never wanting to go on a date again.
Well, no. How about not wanting to go on a date? What's happened in this world more than anything else is mankind has learned how to get along with each other since recorded history. But along around the 60s, when the National Organization for Women, the ERA, not Phyllis Schlafly, she was on our side. When all this stuff came in, feminism, second wave, feminism, I'm a feminist. I believe in feminism. Feminism is about choice.
No, you really are.
Using them, feminism in its true form is about choice.
Yeah, we don't have a choice right now with what's
No,
going
you
on.
have a choice. She just exercised one right now. It got too hot, she left.
This funny trend that we've seen where feminism has been used as a cudgel to silence guys for at least a decade. And what's happened is that we have tons of guys.
I am a real feminist. I was raised by one of the strongest women, period, in the world. One of the strongest goddamn women. I am a feminist. But as far as this third wave bullshit of we want free, just give us what we want, free, because we deserve it, free. Yeah, no. My mom would be, as I said, grabbing them bitches by their hair and whipping their fucking asses.
Guys that are now experts as far as the history of feminism.
Because my mom's attitude would be like, bitch, get off your ass and earn that shit. Well, I have. Well, then what the fuck are you complaining about? That's what my mom would say. What are you bitching about what more do you want? You said you were successful. So what more do you fucking want?
Feminism, what the ideology means and how it's been practically used. And what happens when any of these arguments happen is that women will just say, well, it's only about equality and tolerance. And if you disagree with me, you hate equality and tolerance. And
well, let's keep going. Because she actually comes back. She fucking leaves and then ends up coming back.
I feel like the most of you
Are you serious?
I do feel like you're
Men to do. We've civilized the world in general. We don't even have wars. You can do whatever you want to. And you're still not happy.
Oh, I love that. You have a world better than any woman in history. You have more freedoms than any women previously in history. And you're still complaining. That's why
He would to have sex with who they wanted to, marry who they want to, love who they want to, work where they want to, not work where they want to, go every place that men could go. You are the most free, most liberated group of women that ever existed on the human history, and yet you're the most unhappy. 1 in 4 out of you on some sort of psych meds. Women the marital rate is dropping with modern women. What else do you want men to do? We've civilized the world in general. We don't even have wars. You can do whatever you want to. And you're still not happy with the world that men built, telling us that we're not good enough because we don't move like women. We're not going to.
I just feel like you guys don't put in effort. I feel like the most of you
Are you serious?
I do feel like you're serious.
That I don't put in effort?
I mean, the way that you're talking, it doesn't seem like it. Like,
Oh, but she's right in a sense, because
Oh,
just what
wow.
you guys are saying, most guys today, that's 80% of guys that you
you guys
think.
are used to it, so you guys
There's-
just don't even put
there's
the
more-
effort in.
there's more guys-
Hold on, used to what?
to not putting in effort. You guys are so used to
no.
women just falling at your lap.
Oh, so I was born this way. Is
It's
that
because
it?
the 23-year-olds matter and not
But you know what? But guys, let's not get lost in this, because when they can get into VIP by just being the hottest woman in the club, that's okay.
Why is that your only argument?
Yeah, and if
Because it's the one.
He's just giving an example. Fuck.
That everybody understands. Because it's the one that everyone understands. And I could use more, trust me, I'm a smart guy. I can give you more. But the point of the matter is, it's the one we understand, and the double standard benefits you, you're okay with. What effort are women putting in today? Women still want men to move in a traditional way, but yet you're not traditional women.
And that is goddamn fact. That is straight up fact. Y'all are in nowhere near what a traditional woman is, but you expect men to still fill the traditional role for you. So again, women want everything. Their cake and eat it too. They want to be put on a pedestal at the same time saying that they want to be equal. But here's the line. So are we equal? Are we equal here? Women on a pedestal, push men down. There's the equal line there. So is that equal? No. But women fucking lie. Damn, y'all lie.
Is there a crickets button?
I'm confused on asking men to act in a traditional way.
Yes, you want men to be traditional. I mean, most women, okay, I run a show that has anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people watching every night. And women around the world consistently say they want a man that's earning in the high 5, low 6 figures. They want to have 2 to 3 kids and be married. Most women want the top 10% of men. You can go watch my channel and see this bear out. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and other, across the board. All these women are given an option. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant? The answer comes back overwhelmingly no.
She even says no.
Traditional stay-at-home housewives.
She even says no.
They were cultured that way. They're not even equipped to be that way. But yet, and if you ask them, could you date an average guy earning $50,000? Even women coming straight out of college turn their nose up. Men accept this. Excuse me, man. Men accept it. Can I finish my example?
Hey, you said he's making $80,000 and that wasn't enough.
Okay, so men accept this. Men accept the fact that college men accept the fact that they're in school right now with women their own age, that 80 years ago they could have married and had a family early on. Now they're looking at these same women, and these same women would not even look at these guys unless they're making 6 figures. Men have accepted the unfairness in the marketplace. It's not fair for men.
Yep. Men have accepted that is unfair. You have 90% of the women wanting 10% of the men, the 6-figure earners. 90% of the women wanting 10% of the men. So those rich 6-figure men, look at their sample size, 90%. Oh shit, the world's an oyster. Look at that. Woo, I got a choice of women. Hell yeah. Then you got the 90% of men trying to even get the other 90% of women. Men don't really care if we get that 10% woman. We maybe want that 10% woman, but we know that we're probably not going to get it. But we're not complaining. Men have accepted that. Women got what you wanted this world. You wanted this world. The 6-figure man. This is the world, and I think he even says it.
18 to 30, men used to could get married. Now you can't even really consider getting married till you're 35 plus because you have to have resources. That's the new marketplace. The thing is, but let me finish. Let me say this, and I'll turn it over. Men have accepted that and adjusted. The difference is the women are not bringing in. Women in mass are bringing this. Ask them what you want, you get War and Peace. Ask you what you bring to the table, you can't write it on the back of a stamp. You get access to my body, which is not virgin, which is not even low miles, which you've given to somebody before. And in some cases, you've even shared your womb. You're not even really feminine like women used to be. You don't even have the domestic skills, the home skills. So I would submit today that modern women are asking for an unfair deal from modern men.
Yep.
So we should go back to 1950 and make it more fair.
Well, here's the point that he's making. Men have accepted those roles and aren't the ones complaining. You're the one complaining. You literally came on this show to complain about the men. You got what you wanted, and you're still not happy.
Well, I tell you what's happening is the men have accepted this and they're deciding to, I am either not going to play this game because I cannot earn what these guys around you are earning, and they're just opting to walk away. And the men who are earning that have an overwhelming amount of options. They have a plethora of options. Men in the top 10%, top 5%, I'm 51 years old, and I can pick whatever I want. Because women all want the same kind of man. And if you have options just like you're not going to do what? Settle.
Yep. Again, 10% of men have the 90% of women who want that 10% of men. So their options are through the roof. So you realize you created this dynamic. You created this of why these top 10%, as he said, you ain't going to go for the common guy. No, you want that 10% guy. So that 10% guy, those 10% guys, look at how they treat you. It's all over the internet. Jay-Z, I mean, it's all over the fucking internet. The 10% of men have bank. They got serious fucking bank. So yeah, they may settle down with you or whatever. Don't mean they ain't going to cheat on you because another woman's going to jump at that chance because they're one of the 10% guys. You women created this dynamic, and yet you're not happy about the dynamic because you're saying, as what did that woman say? Oh, it's because the rest of you men are lazy. Why can't you be like those 10% men? I hate to tell you, but there's always going to be your elite, and then you're going to have your drones and your workers, the people who maintain the world. Not everybody could be some millionaire just sitting on their ass. Buffy. Yes, Buffy. Where is my Long Island? No, there are got to be people doing the roads, building the highways, doing the gas lines, doing the power lines. That's the world that has to be maintained. Not everybody could be a rich person sitting on their ass. People got to do the work. And guess what? That's the majority of fucking people. I hate to tell you, but how in the hell can you be? Oh my God, I swear to God, why are these people so fucking? Y'all expect even working at McDonald's that you're going to make $1 million fucking dollars. Like, my God, y'all are just, you liberals are the fucking dumbest people on the planet.
Men didn't make the marketplace this way, ladies. You fought for it to be this way.
Yep.
This is freedom. Freedom comes with responsibility.
Clearly not for men.
No. See, when men were paying the bills, when we had the old system, men were expected to fight the wars, dig the ditches, build the buildings, pay all the bills. And when a divorce or something happened, men had to pay. Now women fought for equality, so you get upset when you deal with 50-50 mindset men.
No, I mean, I'd rather be an independent rich woman and be single than to be stuck with a man who doesn't give a shit
And I would
about
rather.
Then why are you on this panel right now then calling the men that aren't trying to get the six-figure shit? You're calling them lazy. Why are you on this show? If you're happy being who you are, why are you on a show bitching about the men? Oh my God. Again, these fucking people, you liberals are the dumbest fucking people on the planet. You were literally on a show bitching about men, but at the same time complaining that you're happy being a successful single woman. Well, if you're happy being a successful single woman, why are you complaining about the men?
Pay more than half of the bills.
Absolutely, exactly.
Okay, first off, you said you'd rather be in it, and if that's what you choose to be, great, you can do that. That's a choice. And you can do that.
Exactly.
But the thing is, but the funny thing is, you would think that, and especially in my community, strong, independent, such and so forth, the amount of women who are high earners, independent, and miserable is amazing.
Oh yeah. Oprah, miserable. She's talked about it. Oprah, miserable. A lot of these rich, successful women are fucking just hating life. Hating it. Trying to go, oh, I'm a lesbian now. Amber Heard, all that shit. If you're so happy, why are you bitching? I don't understand it. I have pissed women off by being happy. It's like I've always liked being in a relationship. I've always loved being in a relationship. But you know what? I'm accepting that women are fucking crazy and I'm going to stay single, at least for a good long while. And I get bitched at about it for that decision. Well, why don't you give me a chance? Why should I give you? Again, y'all set this world up this way and you're not happy about the world you created, that you bitched for. You literally demanded this type of world. You got it. And you're not happy about it.
Once the most beautiful woman on the face of the planet 3 times in a row is complaining about child support.
Holly Berry.
She's rich. She's beautiful. She's miserable. How about this? There used to be a time where men and women actually did not war with one another. We didn't have these contentious things. We accepted that men were men, women were women. We acknowledged each other's differences. We respected those things and let the world work. In the last 70 years, we've decided let's rejigger everything that's not working.
And you could rape your wife and she didn't have any rights and you could beat her.
Now, what's going on, guys, is this is the sign language that goes on again. This is when they go to the horror stories. In the Black community, we call this the color purple in the Black America. Miss Seeley, these things could happen, sure, but they did not happen in mass. You did not go to suburbia and see women's eyes hanging out of their socket.
I highly disagree with you. I think
No, it's fact.
raping your wife was such a huge deal. It didn't even
I
get.
said eyes hanging out of your socket. You talking about, I'm not going to use that word because I'm on somebody's platform.
Right.
Can we not use that word, though?
Because
Can we not use that word? It's YouTube sensitive.
I'm sorry, what word?
The R word.
Or spelled backwards.
It dings the platform.
Okay.
I'm not rejecting the concept.
But
And yes, ma'am, it happened. But
right?
ma'am, but what you're
I
trying,
think
okay,
that world was better for me.
okay, well then if the world is better for you, then accept the things that come along with a better world.
I just think that everything you guys are presenting are opinions and they're not facts.
Well, actually, there are more facts than you want to deal with, because all I deal with basically facts.
There are things that you guys want to say are facts.
Okay, ma'am.
Statistics that show me this. Where
Okay, ma'am. My show, all I deal with facts and statistics.
women,
All I deal with on my show, I try my best to do my own research when I watch these shows or these videos. I only base my life in facts because I want as much. My friends used to tell me, man, you don't know how to just jump. You don't know how to just jump. You want to build scaffolding and safety ropes and all this other stuff. Man, you don't really live life. Why don't you just jump? Take a chance. Every fucking time you motherfuckers have jumped, bad shit has always happened. I'm sorry. I want to live as long as I can and enjoy life. If that means having safety features and shit so I can continue to live life and not be as fucked up and everything as possible. The VA, but I will deal with that later. I will call them back later. Your doctor is calling. I will deal with them later. Oh my God, where was my train of thought?
that are happy in their environment.
Oh, facts. I'm sorry, just like him, I only deal in facts. But every time, every argument I have ever gotten into, it always boils down to, well, that's offensive, or and it always comes back to their feelings about something, never about the facts. And we know this is a general rule for libertards. They don't care about facts. They only care about their feelings.
Knowing they're being cheated on, knowing these things are happening to them, and you find them for me.
How many women we have?
Excuse me, hold on. Let's ask the question again. Ask the question again.
You go find these women that are being happy, being cheated on. They're happy, and
Excuse me. Hold on. Excuse me. I can go. I'll let you know. I can go out to where I used to live in Dallas in Highland Park. I knew at least 6 of them. 6 of them. Because they were. Excuse me, ma'am.
that have been
Excuse me. Excuse me. If you let me explain to you, I will.
You're not letting me finish my thought, and then
You asked the question. You asked the question. Go find these women, and I'm going to tell you where I found them.
over. My thought was over. I said in successful marriages.
Okay. In successful marriages.
10 years later.
And they're still married. Still married. Still married. There was a soccer.
I was married for 23, technically 25. 23 years. When people try to talk to me about a marriage, I'm like, bitch, I was married 3-4 times longer than you. Well, I was married at least 7 years. That's not 23. I was married 12 years. That's not 23. Like, god damn, dude, y'all are not listening here. Unless you were married for over 2 decades, your opinion means bunk to me. Shut the fuck up. My one marriage has lasted longer than some friends who've had 3, 4 marriages in the same time frame.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to hear or not?
Well, I mean, I just don't. I would.
You see, I could give you the example, and you still won't accept it because there's some women who accept the fact that, you know what, if I want to have a man that's making $400,000-$500,000 a year, that kind of living, he's not going to be able to go to the PTA meetings. He's going to have to work his butt off and maybe travel a lot. And guess what? They have an arrangement. But guess what? As long as you don't bring in home any outside babies, no diseases, and don't embarrass me in public, we're good. Guess what? She can also do what she wants to do as well. And they have an understanding because when the marital rate in this country, the divorce rate in this country is over 51%. But when you cross...
And guess who's filing the majority of those divorces? The women. The judge pointed that out. Or the men are filing for divorce because the women abandoned the marriage. Again, the women are the cause. And the judge was even wondering what the fuck is going on. What the hell has happened that women just started... Yeah, but again, women are independent women. Ooh, we don't need men. But you're the ones bitching now. Again, I keep saying it over and over and over with this video. You demanded a world that you wanted, demanded it, got it, still not happy about it. Still not happy with the world you asked for. Anyway, the description, the link is in the description below. Man humiliates feminists in viral video. They start talking. He brings up Melania Trump, and they start attacking Donald Trump. He's like, that's not even the issue what we're talking about. But then one of them, the one on the far left, ends up like attacking Melania Trump. And it's like, oh, she's not a good example. You know, Melania Trump is extremely educated, probably more educated than everybody in that room. Speaks 5 languages. That woman is extremely educated. High IQ, all of that. He explains Melania knew what she was getting into when she married. He was giving, again, just giving an example. And you fucking dumbass bitches just go off into completely picking up on not, it's like the subject wasn't Donald Trump. That wasn't the subject. He was just talking about the situation. That was the subject of this, that was the headline, the subject of this story. And you completely just, if I were grading your paper, I'd be like, you get an F. Because this was the subject. This was literally the topic I told you to write about. And somehow you went off on a tangent. The subject was about a relationship of what the people who involved in the relationship knew that they were getting into. And you turned around and just went completely off and attacked Donald Trump in your entire whole paper. Wow, I'm going to give you an F because it's like that wasn't the subject. I get on people about that all the time. I get on people about that shit all the fucking time. When I have a conversation with them and all of a sudden they do what these women do, this is the scenario. We're talking, I used this as an example before. I'm going to end the video because this one it's almost going on an hour. The subject can be Dr. Pepper. The subject can be Dr. Pepper. And somehow or another, women will turn around and argue about the freaking Amazon remote. It's like, whoa, how did we go into, it's like, hey, wasn't the conversation we were having about Dr. Pepper? How the fuck did we end up on Amazon remotes all of a sudden? What the fuck just happened? That's these libertards. They will go, as he kept pointing out at least 3 or 4 times in just the time I showed of this video. He gave a subject This was the topic, and y'all just went, well, I don't go to nightclubs. I was just giving an example, miss. You know, it's like, oh my God, I swear. They try to play the word game, basically Scrabble. They try to play Scrabble. Here's the subject, and they're like doing this, messing the tiles all up and moving them around, and then and just picking this one, and that's where the conversation goes. They will do everything they can not to answer the actual question, not to stay on topic, not to stay on the subject at hand. These people have no intelligence, no strength. These people will never be able to run the world. Never. At any point in history, have they ever let the peasants run the country? The peasants may have caused the revolt and everything, you know, your peons and everything else, to your peon soldiers to start the revolt and the revolution and all that shit and everything. But when it came to actually running the government, they always go back to the person who's charismatic and powerful and everything else. Always. Because they're too damn stupid to fucking do the shit themselves. There's no way a person like this could ever run anything. There's no way. She may run whatever business that she's in or whatever, but again, you're on a show to talk about relationships, and yet the whole thing you're doing is saying that we don't need men. Fuck you, men. We don't need men. Same fucking damn argument. We don't need men. Well, then why are you here? Well, we're here to argue that men need to improve themselves. Well, then you do care about the men. What you said, you don't need the men. Anyway. Let me get off of here right now. I'm going to try and rest. And I don't know. Maybe I'll do a part 3. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, peace out, y'all.